It's John and Mike, brew-juice.com, and we have another SMaSH beer. If you're new to the program, what we try to do is it's just two dudes. We're just trying to figure things out. We get a small package of hops that, we either see online or we read in Brew Your Own magazine, or, our favorite hop purveyors will send us emails that say like, hey, this is the last chance you can get this particular hops. And I think, since I do subscribe to the newsletter from Yakima Valley Hops, they were talking about this particular variety, and this is HBC 586, also known as Krush with a K.
Yes, I heard.
Krush with a K hops. And so what we do is we buy, again, like a small package. This is a 2-ounce pack. This is from 2023, and the alpha acids on this is 10.9%. And we brew a 1-gallon batch, just a 1-gallon batch, 2 pounds of malt, and 1 ounce of hops with 2 gallons of water. Very simple, very easy. And this is a SMaSH format where it's a single malt and a single hop. So we try to figure out like, okay, what does this hop bring into the party if we were to brew it in some kind of recipe? And we use US-05 yeast to keep things pretty clean and neutral, and ferment as we typically do for any ale at room temperature, and mash, at somewhere where we can get like, pretty good fermentability and so on and so forth. We've done this probably, probably 60 times at this point plus. So, we try to do the best we can. Again, 2 dudes, 1 point of data. Your perception.
It's just our take.
Can be different. Yes, it's just our take. Anyway, so this is Krush HBC. I do kind of change up the hop schedule based on the alpha acid. This has, we're dealing with 1 ounce, so 28 grams of hop pellets. 3.5 grams started at 60 minutes ago in the boil. And then I did a big pitch right at the, did like a whirlpool. And so right after the boil was done, 60-minute boil, we did at 180 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 minutes. And that was, let's see, to leave off to get to 21, it was probably, 17.5 to get there? Yeah, 17.5 grams. And then we leave 7 grams for dry hopping with a day 3 of fermentation. So that's what we have here. If my math doesn't math, just remember we're dealing with 28 grams of hops total. But most of it's going at some kind of whirlpool. And I thought this is going to be great for something that's called Krush. And the descriptors are out of control. They're saying it's pretty intense. I want to get Mike's take because that's what it comes down to.
I think the aroma is pretty intense. I can't say that it's super distinct, but what I am getting is the best way to describe this would be cracking open a fresh box of Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
And getting your nose in there. And it's got that lime, that orange, that cherry, those things coming together. That's what it is. It almost even has that sugary smell that the cereal does too. So that part of it's really pretty cool. I would say if I had to pick it, I'm almost getting equal parts. It's like candied orange peel. I've never had candied lime zest, but I guess that's what this would be like. It's not like the fruit aspect of it. It really is more zesty. And then the flavor carries the same way. It's actually pretty zippy.
Yeah.
It's almost got a, maybe even if I warm it up a little bit, more of that orange, lemon, lime zest, a little bit of that Fruit Loop, cherry character to it. Just that generic fruit care, but it also almost on the palate flavor-wise, it's got almost like a ginger-like zippiness to it, which is then after where I started picking it up on the nose. But there's this interesting I guess I would say a little bit spicy, like zip in there with the citrus. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like an interesting, like what, I mean, ginger. It's ginger. I mean, yeah, it's like gingery. I mean, it doesn't taste like ginger, but it's got that ginger effect, that zippiness, that spicy ginger quality.
It's strong, and I think that in the descriptors from Yakima Valley, they say Krush is a bright and bold hop with big flavors of stone fruits, citrus, and berries. Perfectly suited for fruit-forward IPAs and plays well with the usual suspects of Citron, Mosaic, and Galaxy. And then they note, availability for Krush will be extremely limited until the 2024 harvest.
Yeah.
So I think that we should be on the lookout for the next batch of it coming in from this particular year. And then we'll get the description from the breeder, because that's here on the page too.
Thank goodness.
Complex fruit salad. I was gonna say, like, there was a descriptor for one of the hops that is like the whole orchard.
Yeah.
I get that here too.
Yeah, like canned fruit salad.
Let's say even fresh fruit salad. And they didn't describe it, right? But I think like that candied cherry.
Yes,
that's good.
Yeah.
So fruit salad of flavor, capable of producing highly unique and highly impactful beers. I think that's the other thing.
Yeah.
The intensity.
The intensity's there.
Yeah, and like when you
it tastes like something. You know, it's intensity, but it's like, keep going.
I will say this hop presents with layers of ripe tropical fruits like mango and guava, as well as rich stone fruits like peach. The bouquet is supported by aromas of fresh sliced navel oranges, mixed berries straight from your morning parfait, and a slight resinous note.
The hop breeding program's keeping poets employed.
I think it produces excellent outcomes across all style in combination with almost any other variety imaginable. Blah blah blah. I think that we're hitting, like, it's a lot of different fruit flavors together.
I think a lot of these hop breedings come together, and what's happening is you're getting different emphasis in that citrus universe, right? So every one of these hops is always citrusy, but then maybe in there you pick out something that is not in the citrus family. Like we've experienced hops where I could definitely say it was tropical, but more so usually be pineapple. And now pineapple is sort of like, it's not a classic citrus fruit, but it is a very acidic fruit like citrus fruit is, right? So I can see how that chemically probably somehow happens in the hops. It's just that pineapple grows in tropical areas, right? But like to me, like, and also the stone fruit thing, right? I would never use the word stone fruit in this because I don't get like peach, plum. To me, like this stone fruit, but there's also like a sort of broader character. I mean, is a mango a stone fruit? I mean, it's got a big pit in it, right? But what we consider, to me though, like peaches and plums, nectarines, mangoes, guavas, passion fruit, those things, dragon fruit, those are what I put it as fleshy fruits, right? Like and as they get ripe, they get really soft and super juicy. But those fruit characters are almost present with a certain body to them. Citrus doesn't have any body. It's just wing. Yeah. It's like, right?
It's zip,
you know? And then, so I don't know, I don't get that here, but what I do get is that, now you might convince me there's a little bit of berry in there.
Yep.
As it's warmed up a little bit. And I think for me, that's where when I'm smelling it, and I mentioned the Fruit Loops thing, but the thing that I saw first in my mind was the red Fruit Loops. And that's where I've sort of pulled that cherry thing out of it. So maybe you could convince me that's like some sort of underripe raspberry, berry fruit in general. Yeah. But it's not, it's not like maybe say Mosaic of the old days where it was like, that's blueberry, right? This is, it's berry-like, mostly citrus, but it has a pretty cool zippiness. And I think it's that zippiness is giving it the intensity.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would just be like a cool, like limey, cascadey type of hop, right?
Yep.
But there's something else in there giving it a zippiness, which really is pretty eye-opening.
I agree. I think that for me, I found the aroma to be intense. So if you're looking for a hop to give you a lot of aromas on the beer that people will sense right away, you know, after you pour something out of your kegerator, that this is going to be a hop forward beer. This is a variety to check out. For flavor, I think you nailed it. I think that when you said canned fruit salad, or like what is it the
Cocktail.
Fruit cocktail. My favorite part as a kid was those cherries. Yeah. Like the kind of like maraschino cherries.
Yep.
So maybe I'll say that it's, when I first tasted it at home before I came over, I got a strong lemon. Like it was just like strong lemon. I was like, no, and they kind of mellowed out. And I think it's just like citrus, but towards the lemon, you know, on the spectrum of citrus. So like it's more bright, strong citrus. But then in the middle, that flavor is that cherry, that cherry in the fruit cocktail. Yeah. And that's where, that's where you nailed it.
And it's funny now thinking about it, because now my head's like really rolling with this stuff, right? Like when we talk about like the other end of that citrus spectrum, which is like your Cascade, Centennial, Columbus per se, that classic American grapefruit. In a lot of those, I mean, is there, maybe Centennial gives you this, but like, what hops deliver like that real fleshy grapefruit character? It's still mostly pithy, right? There's no pithiness in this zest, in this citrus presentation. No. It's all lemon zest, lime zest, and whatever citruses like that I don't even know exist, right? It's zippy. I love that part. I just got to keep saying zippy.
The zip. It's the zip. It's like the Miracle Whip. Remember that?
Yeah.
They were talking about that being zippy. Tang.
Yeah. You know, I smelled that too. You know, it smells like pellets.
No, this smells a little bit different than
a little bit. But I never.
I know. It's hard to tell.
The last several beers I've brewed, I've been like, oh, I've opened up a fresh bag and be like, let me. Yeah, it smells like hops. Actually, there is the zippiness coming out of there. Yeah. It is zippy in there. Yeah. Just so I could say that one more time.
Yeah. Okay. So Krush with a K. Krush. Krush. Also known as HBC 586.
Yep.
It seems like the 2023 crop is in limited supply, but hopefully we get a nice big batch of 2024 so that we can all try this out, and hopefully it's as good as what they were able to produce last year. So be on the lookout for Krush hops. This is certainly something that I liked, and certainly the big guy liked too. So take that for what it's worth. If you're looking, I would say with pretty strong conviction, if you're looking for a hop to bring some strong aromas to your beer, this one is one for sure. And think about how you'd meld, if you're going to use other varieties, figure out ones that would meld with strong citrusy tastes and a little bit of sweet cherry for sure. Yeah. Fruit cocktail cherry for sure. Or Fruit Loops, whatever it is. Some kind of
whatever your thing is.
Yeah, whatever your thing is. Some kind of artificial cherry flavor. All right, definitely not cough drop, but
no, it's not that.
It's more of a pleasant, breakfast cereal one here in America, where we eat stuff like that. All right, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. We do this kind of thing every single week. For John and Mike, brew-dudes.com. If I had more beer, I would drink more. I have to brew on.
Cheers.